Okay, so I just finished the first book in this series, the Dyer series, this afternoon, about 6 hours ago, and I just finished the second book. I ended up reading it straight through because I got super into it. I thought it was really good. So the second book in the series is The Evolution of Mara Dyer, and it's by Michelle Hodkins again. And so there's another book, which doesn't come out till November, so kind of like maybe overshot the gun on this one by reading both of these books in the same day. But so where the first book left me confused and not really liking the characters, the second book more than made up for it. Exponentially made up for it. I mean, it still had its moments where I was just kind of like, oh God, why does she do these things? Like, who knows? But I liked it so much better. So much better. A lot of questions were answered, and so much happened. And with the cliffhanger at the end of the book, it didn't disappoint, even though sometimes it went off on these weird tangents where you were expecting something to happen, and then for like chapters, like you don't hear about it again, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, you got comfortable and you forgot that this was going on. Oh, here, let me throw it at you, kind of a thing. And this is a paranormal series, and in the first book there wasn't that much going on that was supernatural, because you really think that she's just going crazy, that it's the PTSD, and then you kind of like get clued in that there might be something else going on, and she has this supernatural power. And you find out that her boyfriend has a supernatural power as well, and they don't really like, I don't know, they think that they're meant to be together because they both have these powers. And so the second book is basically where the cliffhanger hangs off in the first book. You find out that Jude, which is her ex-boyfriend that died in the whatever, the accident. This is super spoiler heavy, so I hope that if you're watching this, you've read the books already. But you find out that Jude, her ex-boyfriend, is alive. But no one believes her. Everyone thinks she's crazy. Of course, everyone thinks she's crazy because she was acting. She acts crazy because all of the side effects of her supernatural gift mirror schizophrenia and PTSD. And there's a lot of talk of mental illness in this book. So, I mean, if you do have a trigger about reading books about dealing with mental illness and rape, I mean, I really wouldn't read these books in general, because they do bring it up quite a bit. But I mean, a lot of this book takes place in a hospital outpatient treatment slash like an inpatient program kind of a thing. So in this book, so much happens. It's ridiculous. It's just like a cluster of all of these things that happen. So Jude's alive and is like stalking her. She finds out he's stalking her. So a lot of things that were very unclear in the first book actually like make a lot more sense now, looking back on it, knowing that Jude's alive. And her paranoia is like legitimate paranoia, and it's just it all makes a lot more sense. And she's not in school anymore for obvious reasons. You know, she's been hospitalized and has to deal with her mental illness. And so a lot happens. It's just crazy. And you also get flashbacks because you find out that her grandmother had this ability, like had some kind of ability, and she has these nightmares. They're actually dreams. I think that they're of her grandmother, but I don't know. They never actually like say who it is, but I'm pretty sure it's her grandmother, because like a doll that her grandma has, that she has a dream that a doll's being made, like she has the same doll. And then you find out that like her grandmother and Noah's mother like knew each other. What are the odds? So, I mean, there's all of that. So we find out that it's kind of genetic what's happening to them. it's been like passed down. There's a lot of talk of genetic memories. What people would consider like past life memories are just memories regurgitated from your own family members, basically. So there's talk of that in there. It's all kind of really interesting, actually. I really enjoyed it, and I love the fact that they actually went to a paranormal place in the series where they didn't in the first, and it was just like, what's paranormal about this book other than the fact that she can kind of kill people? Like, what's going on? It never really explains it. So in this one, it explains it more. Explains more of her powers, and it's really kind of really good, and I really want the third book now, but of course, like, I guess the release date keeps getting pushed back. It's supposed to come out in June, and now it's coming out in November. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that they don't push it back anymore. There's already a cover and everything on Goodreads and a blurb about it. So I'm hoping that it's good to go. So whereas the first book I didn't like and it left me feeling blah, this one doesn't. And I actually was really emotionally invested in this book, and I got so... There are like a lot of things that happen that are action sequences, and they're kind of scary. not like scary as in boo scary, but as in like kidnapping scary. And I got like, I would have to like put the book down a little bit and like go have a cookie or something to calm myself down. Because I mean, it just, a lot, there's just so much that happens. It's really good. So I would recommend reading the series now, whereas I wouldn't have recommended the first book. I would recommend reading the series now if you were thinking about it just off the second book alone. So I'm hoping that the third book, which is The Retribution of Mara Dyer, is even better than the second, because this happens a lot in series where it starts off slow and then gets good and gets good. And I mean, it happens. And sometimes it's the opposite. It starts out good and it gets slow. But I'm liking where this is going, and I'm hoping she keeps it up. And I'm hoping that Mara, you see more glimpses of the Mara in the end when she gets all crazy. I'm hoping to see more instances of that, because I'm really interested in how she turns into a completely different person at times. So I'm hoping that they show more of that, and they talk more about her ability and what it can do, and Noah as well. The spoiler. She destroys the building again, and people die, but I don't think that people are actually dead. I think it's just them trying to coerce her into doing something. But those are theories on my end for another time. But I just really think that she did a good job with the second book. So I'm hoping it continues. So this one gets 2 thumbs up from me. So I'm hoping that it continues on that route. And who knows if I'll read a book tomorrow, because reading 2 books in one day is kind of a bit much. So I might not have another book for a couple of days. I think that I might need to chill out a little bit. But so there's that. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. Yay.